This will be one of the most important videos you will ever see.
Well, the connection is, at first, when I saw these large quantities of aluminum, barium, strontium oxides and sulfates.
Are you aware that many of the people sitting in this room right here have very high levels of barium, aluminum, and strontium in their blood?
There are like at least 12 blood tests here created by official laboratory with real doctors, MD, and all these blood tests came back with a high, extreme level of barium, some aluminum. I'm talking about levels that they go above more than 1,000%.
The question I have is why are they even chemtrailing? Why is the military and government chemtrailing us? I don't know. What's your understanding of it?
Well, I don't have anything that can solidify, but I do have my opinion.
Of strontium ions on barium silicates from solutions of complex salt composition. Natural aluminosilicates, such as zeolites and clays, have been used in water decontamination processes for low-level radioactivity and more recently for treatments of medium and high-level wastes. These materials have a high ionic exchange capacity, are selective, are resistant to radiation, and are abundant and inexpensive. All these characteristics are important factors on the treatment of radioactive wastes. Zeolites were put into 20-kilogram bags and placed onto the floor in the basements of 2 auxiliary buildings on the Fukushima site. Then the basements were filled with water to cool down the melted reactor cores. They were used as temporary reservoirs for contaminated water. Strontium absorption characteristics of natural zeolites for permeable reactive barrier in Fukushima Daiichi Nuclear Power Station. Decontamination of extra diluted radioactive cesium in Fukushima water using zeolite polymer composite fibers. Zeolite and poly were composited by wet spinning technique to be cesium fiber absorbent, having porous morphology. The coagulation process was carried out by using PES N-methyl-2 solution dispersed with zeolite powder, and then the extruded spinning solution was coagulated at 25 degrees Celsius in water to form zeolite composite fibers. St. Cloud zeolite can be used in an ion exchanger for removal of radioactive cations such as cesium positive and strontium 2 positive. Japanese engineers began dumping zeolite mineral to check seawater contamination near the crippled. It has been widely used in cleanup efforts at 3 Mile Island, Chernobyl, and Fukushima. Synthetic zeolite, in our proposed spent nuclear fuel reprocessing technology named Fluorex, which is a hybrid system using fluoride volatility and solvent extraction. Fluorine is the most electronegative element on the periodic table, which means that it is a very strong oxidizing agent and accepts other elements' electrons. Fluorine is the most electronegative element because it has 5 electrons in its 2p shell. The optimal electron configuration of 2p orbital contains 6 electrons. So since fluorine is so close to ideal electron configuration, the electrons are held very tightly to the nucleus. The high electronegativity of fluorine explains its small radius because of the positive protons. Grand Rapids, Michigan became the first U.S. city to fluoridate its public water supply in 1945. The world's first nuclear explosion occurred on July 16, 1945, when a plutonium implosion device was tested at a site located 210 miles south of Los Alamos, New Mexico. That's when the Kodak company had its film runs damaged in the Midwest states. And that damage also occurred to our grandparents, to their lungs, to our parents, and in turn to us. That's what this all is all about. We've heard all this died suddenly recently. Died suddenly. died suddenly. Right? Everybody thinks it's from the poke. Well, it's not. Listen to what the survivors of Chernobyl had to say about their symptoms.
У меня болело сердце. Что?
Кто Бандажевский, Бандажевская, Сидоров, Петров скажет об этом? Ведь у нас же дети гибнут. Увеличение числа спонтанных абортов и мертворождений, увеличение смертности, увеличение числа ослабленных и больных новорожденных, рост числа генетических нарушений и врожденных пороков развития, увеличение числа раковых заболеваний, замедление умственного развития, рост числа психиатрических заболеваний, нарушение иммунитета и изменение гормонального статуса, заболевания органов кровообращения и так далее, аномально медленный рост детей, аномальное истощение, замедленное выздоровление после и ускоренное постарение. По крайней мере, вот этот список, по крайней мере. Бандажевский, тот же самый профессор Юрий Бандажевский, синдром инкорпорированных долгоживущих радионуклидов. Совершенно новый синдром, но ничего не сделаешь, вот он существует. Как от этого можно отказаться? Это наука, это, не говорить об этом просто, мне кажется, неправильно. Спасибо.
The condition of multiple holes in the heart is known in Belarus as Chernobyl heart. Russian military pilots have described how they created rain clouds to protect Moscow from radioactive fallout after the Chernobyl nuclear disaster in 1986. This is the answer you guys are looking for. Why would there be barium, aluminum, and strontium in all the samples? I hope this video gave you answers as to why we live in the world we do today. If they want to do geoengineering, they just use silver iodide. There's no need for barium and aluminum. Thanks. Bye.